In 1969, a group of volunteers from the Catholic Church in Poplar, East London, got together to host a Christmas party for isolated older people. It was such a good day, they decided to keep going with support and activities for people in need. They called themselves Neighbours in Poplar, and more than 40 years later, they're still going strong.
When you've got
friends and neighbours, all the world is a happier place. Friends and neighbours, put a smile on the gloomiest face.
just take your little troubles and share 'em with the folks next door. Makes it twice as easy to bear 'em. That's what friends are for.
When you've got friends and neighbours, all the world is a happier place. Oh, you can hold your head up high.
Although you're not a penny, and your house may be tumbling down, with friends and neighbours, you're the richest man in town.
When Sister Christine set it up 40 years ago, she gave it the name of Neighbours in Poplar. So why do you think she gave it that title?
Because we're in Poplar and they are neighbours.
The idea of neighbourliness has strong roots in the East End, where it was often only by helping each other that people survived, in one of the poorest parts of the country. What's the secret of being good neighbours? How do you do it?
What we're doing there is talking. All you got to do is talk to people.
Help one another because we need one another, you know.
I have good neighbors, so if I have any problem, I'll go to them or they come to me.
How did neighbours look after each other? How did they
If you wanted anything, you had a friend. No worries. What, you never had someone to offer it?
If anyone died, the neighbours would come
They
in
used to
and
come
lay
in
them
and
out.
wash them and
Didn't
wash
they?
them and
They'd
wash
lay
them and
out.
arm out.
My mum brought me up that way. If you help people, then you find people will help you. And the world goes round then.
A lot of people think that today, keep yourself to yourself, you're better off. But when there's nobody there, who's going to help them? Keep themselves to themselves. Only Sister Christine.
Throughout the past 40 years, Neighbours in Poplar has been led by Sister Christine Frost.
I'm a religious sister, believe it or not. And when I came here, I had spent 7 years in Canada. The option came up of coming to the East End of London, where some of our sisters were and where life was tough and there was a real challenge. So I said, can I please? So I've been here since. But I remember paying this visit with Father Willie, this Dutch priest, and I had never seen a home as small as this. I had never seen such neglect. And this old boy, and I probably looked at him and thought, God, that could be my dad. And he went to get us a cup of tea, and 2 mugs arrived, caked with tea stains. And I looked at it and I thought, oh God, I'm not going to be able to drink this. And Willie gave me a kick under the table and muttered, drink it. Because I was just going to pour it into the geranium pot before the guy saw me, and I had to drink it. And that was how my involvement with Neighbours in Poplar started.
In the beginning, Neighbours in Poplar, or NIP as it's known, funded itself through jumble sales, raffles and any other means necessary. Volunteers provided basic help to people in their own homes and the chance to meet others at outings and parties. The more they did, the more they found there was to do. So NIP began to seek funding for workers, premises and transport. NIP is now a charity run by a small team of workers and a dedicated band of volunteers. It provides a wide range of services and activities for frail, isolated and vulnerable people. It encourages the elderly to use their skills and lead fulfilled lives as important members of the community. NIP has a permanent base at St Matthias, formerly a church built by the East India Company. It also provides activities from 3 other centres in Poplar: Number 1 Wigram House, part of the Will Crooks estate, the Bircham Street Centre and St John's Community Centre on the Isle of Dogs. And what do you think the benefit of something like St John's is to you? What's the benefit for you to come here?
I don't know what we do without these places. I mean, I live on my own, and if I didn't go out, I wouldn't see a soul. Not like the old days when you're through the street door and talking to people, like my mum used to. I like to come to these clubs because you meet people and you talk to people. Otherwise, I think I would go crackers.
All our men have passed on. We've outlived them. We've wore them out. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been nice to know you. But a long time since I've been gone, and I've gotta keep drifting along.
People are moving away. Mums are getting left here because they don't want to go. That is where Sister Christine comes in. She's taking over a lot of where the sons and the daughters have moved away. She's always there. A phone call, she is there.
So without her, a lot of people would be really isolated.
Of course. I mean, you've only got to look here now, haven't you? If she never opened here today, where would that lot be?
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are happy days. These days are share them with me. Goodbye, gray sky, hello, blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. Feels so right, it can't be wrong. Rocking and rolling all week long.
NIP is small, comparatively small and local. It just covers E14, which is a quarter of the London Borough of Tower Hamlets.
Exactly.
And I hope
Poplar itself is actually
it's huge, and the island is huge. It is, and the contrasts of population and poverty. You've got wealth in Canary Wharf and huge contrasts across the road from it, within 5 minutes walk. And you've got a lot of older people who know nobody, and isolation is a huge problem. Mental isolation leading to mental illness, all that sort of stuff. The value of what we do is that we're very locally based, we know our community, and we feel we do really try and meet the needs that we are able to identify.
I had a friend we used to meet in the church, and she was coming here and she always telling me, oh, you must come. But I wasn't interested that time, but after one day I sit down and I said to myself, I'm going to come and see how it is like. And I came, and I don't have no regret up to now. 13 years I've been coming here. 13 years.
We enjoy it, you know. It's somewhere a break. You can't sit indoors like that for 12 hours, can you? I can't, you know. After 2 hours I say, something to do, get up quick, start working.
Especially when you get old, you know, and you just live on your own. You have no one to, but here you come, you meet friends and everybody friendly and so.
That's all right, and they help each other. And
yes.
So it's very nice, you know, it's good.
And what's it like being, say, an elderly person then in Poplar?
I don't know, we don't consider ourselves elderly anyway. I don't. No, I don't. I keep myself busy and occupied.
1, 2, 3, 4. We are some of the Poplar girls. We are some of the girls. Oh, we know our manners. We spend our tanners. We are respected wherever we go. When we're walking down a mile-end road, doors and windows open wide. We are the girls who make them run, run to the tum-tum-tum-tum-tum. We are the Poplar girls.
If you don't know Poplar, you'll find it east of the City of London and north of the River Thames. Its main feature is the Isle of Dogs, bounded on 3 sides by the river. Much of the area's history has been connected with maritime trade through the numerous docks, but these days it's the glitzy offices of Canary Wharf that dominate people's views of Poplar. It's now part of Tower Hamlets, but before 1965, Poplar was a borough in its own right, with a proud tradition of political activism and social progress.
Vote, vote, vote for George Lansbury. Take old Bella in the eye. If it wasn't for the law, we would punch her in the jaw. And won't go voting anymore.
What was Poplar like?
Oh, it was handsome.
Lovely.
I mean, we were so friendly with one another, weren't we? We used to have the street parties. Saturday night, everyone used to go up to the pub. You could hear them all coming out the pub. My mum, especially, singing top of her voice. I'd say, here she comes, she's coming home, you know, south of the border, aye, 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 aye.
What was Poplar like when you were a lad?
Oh, it was marvellous. Children could do what they like. They could play in the streets, what they can't do today. We had no money, but in them days, it was different to what today was.
No houses when I come out the war sort of thing.
Yeah.
But from there I moved to Eastfield Street and then was in a prefab.
Yeah.
So luxury, never seen anything like it, luxury. Toilets inside, hot water, unbelievable, never had it before. Never had a bath before. Never had a... True.
When we came that time, it was different. You know, you had all these old little houses mostly, and sometime about 5 families live in one little house, using one cooker. It was difficult, but you know, we make it do anyway, yeah.
Much of Poplar was blown away during the Blitz, but rebuilding got underway in the 1950s. New neighbourhoods sprang up. Poplar prospered, but something was lost as the buildings got higher.
When I was a kid, your front door was never closed. We was latchkey kids. The key was on a lump of string. We would come home from school, put your hand through the letterbox, get your key out and open the door and go in. You couldn't have that today. You've got to have bars at your windows.
Was there a greater sense of neighbourliness then, do you think?
Yes, in the 50s and the 60s when it was streets and blocks of flats where we all knew our neighbours, but then when you get a tower block and you've got 4 people living on one floor, one house don't know who lives next door now.
Did it change things, do you think, when people moved into blocks of flats? Did that
It changed, not in the beginning, I don't think.
It took a
but
while.
in the later years, yeah.
In the 80s, you could talk over the garden wall.
Yeah, that's true.
And everyone more or less had pigeons in the pigeon
Chickens, yeah, my dad used to raise pigeons.
My dad used to say the chickens had rickets. I used to have to get the cod roll bottle, open their beak and pour it in.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you can, you used to.
The main business of Poplar was the docks, where goods came in from and went to all parts of the world. The docks required an army of workers, so jobs were plentiful. The ships also brought in people from far and wide, and many stayed to start new lives.
when I was growing up, we was multicultural then. I had Chinese friends, school kids I used to go to school with, Indian, Nigerian, well, Ivory Coast, that we all grew up together. So it's been a melting pot, the East End.
One of the things that we've lost in this area, and it was quite popular actually, was Chinatown. There was grocery shops, there was a butcher shop, which incidentally was extremely funny. Though it was a Chinese butcher shop, the woman that served in there was a Scotch woman. And it always served the best piece of belly of pork you'd ever get.
You know, we had a lot of Chinese from Pennyfields, Lymouth, Irish, and a lot of them. They were all different nationalities. I mean, my grandparents came over from Italy.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about that, yeah.
And they had children, and that's it. That's how it was.
London is the place for me. London, this lovely city. You can go to France or America, India, Asia or Australia, but you must come back to London City.
It wasn't always easy for newcomers to fit in or be accepted.
When Caribbean people come up, it was very difficult. You see, you had to get a little room to rent. And sometimes you see they say room to let, they mark it. And when you go and knock the door and ask, I see the room to let, so come and find out. As they see you, sorry, they say it's gone. You go another place, they have to ask you, you got children? If you got children, they say no, they don't want no children. Oh, we see a lot of trouble before we pick up ourselves anyway, but that is past time. Yeah.
Come on.
From St. Lucia to come to the East End, it was a bit difficult.
Yes.
There was a lot of racism, you know, like teddy boys, people looking at you, you know. But I worked my way out, and I work in, and I make friends.
Were you one of the first West Indian families to live
Second, yeah. I was the second, yeah.
And was that difficult?
No. Very good.
Accepted?
Very good. Well accepted. Two old people, they was living next door to me. And the moment I moved in, they bring broom and mops and buckets to clean. They helped me clean. And they were, you know, everything good.
When NIP started in 1969, the heyday of the docks was over. As they closed, many people moved out in search of work, to be replaced by a new generation of immigrants, notably from Bangladesh. The old docklands became a wasteland before being resurrected as the home of Canary Wharf. All in all, a period of rapid and significant change, particularly for older people.
Where families would live together, there'd be a family in that street, someone else, it finished, because they were all moving out, all in different places. And the elderly ones weren't moving. They were left there.
So is this a netball team?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, I was captain. Would I be anything else?
You've won the cup.
Yeah, look at it.
So any of these women still
Still
in
alive.
Poplar?
No. No.
What is it like for elderly people in Poplar?
Today,
Yeah.
I think some of them find it extremely hard because they haven't been able to adapt. It's changed in so many ways so fast, even though to others it might have seemed slow, but they haven't been able to adapt to it.
So you all knew each other?
Yeah.
It was a good place to live in.
Now
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't know your neighbours now.
You don't even know who lives next door to you, no.
Why do you think that is?
Well, they're like little foreign people. Next door to me is, I don't know if he's Vietnamese or Chinese, but I can't understand him, so I couldn't have a conversation with him. And you meet them on the lift and they're really nice people.
I'll be perfectly
You just can't understand them properly.
For you it's
I can't.
Oh no, it's not the same now. No, I found no disrespect to anyone, but we are the
minority.
Yep, and they are more than us. And that
Do you feel that us and them, not like we're all in it together?
No, they don't mix. They don't mix.
5, 6, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up, down.
Although some people find it hard to adapt to their new neighbours, NIP is committed to looking after all sections of the community and always with an eye on bringing people together.
So everybody's coming into another country and it's accepting the other person as they are. And each generation comes with their own culture and their values and everything. It changes every year. You know, it's written even in the Quran. It said that you have to change with generations. If you don't, you will have problems. So we are having problems because people can't accept each other as they are. You know.
I remember when I came here, I was young, but I was lonely because of the language. I couldn't go or spoke to my neighbor. Then what I'm saying is just be patient. We have to be nice to each other. We have to be there for each other.
Some of the women, they doesn't want to mix with men's, or like they want to stay in their boundaries. Like if they go out, maybe their husband doesn't like it or whatever. And other time is the speaking problem. When they doesn't have the language, they feel shy. If somebody asks something and they don't understand, so it's really hard for them. So
do you think that will change over time? Do you think people will
it's
be
changing. It's been changing. It's like first I came to this country and now is completely different. So but day by day, it will go better, definitely.
Some of the older people we visit have nobody who speaks English on their landing. So how do you become a neighbour? But of course you can. That doesn't preclude the fact that it does happen, because I've known lots of people who haven't got English as their first language, but who do look after the old lady next door, who do notice that maybe they haven't seen her out, who do go and knock for her shopping.
I do think neighbours are important. I make a neighbour a friend. When they move in, I go to them and I knock at their door and I say, "Are you going to be my neighbour?" And they said, "Yes." Why? Because they wondered, I suppose, about me. And I said, "Well, welcome to our patch and I hope you'll be very happy here with us." When I look at a person that's different colour to me, I do not see a colour. I see a person. When the snow was on the ground, who helped me? Who come knocking at my door? The Asian people, with bread and milk. And they brought cut bread because they know I can't hold the knife to cut the bread.
Right next door to Fred, we have a Somali who always greets us with, "Hello, uncle."
Oh yeah.
He says that
with those uncles
because of our ages. And the surprising thing about it is that when he says hello, always puts his arm across his chest above his heart. And you've got that feeling that when he says hello, he actually means it.
I don't think it doesn't need to be Bangladeshi, white or black or whatever. Everyone has a heart. So people are nice in every community, every religion or every culture.
In amongst all the transformations that have taken place over 40 years, one thing has been a constant: Neighbours in Poplar.
We used to think that we provided the icing on the cake. We were, parties, outings, we were extra to provision. And then I began to realise with all the cutbacks, and that's not talking about now, but I'd say maybe 5-10 years ago, I realised we provided some of the cake as well. So, some of the essential things. It is about finding those people that nobody knows about. So that's what we keep on pushing ourselves to do. How do you find them? Where do you go to find them? Who knows where they are? So that's the challenge for the outreach worker, to go and find these people.
My name is Matilda Joseph, and I'm outreach worker for Linkage Plus, working for Neighbours in Poplar. My work entails going out to visit clients and giving them information about what services are available, if they have problems with pensions, benefits, housing, whatever the difficulties they have, to try to help them as much as possible or to refer them to the right organisation.
One of Matilda's clients is George. He suffers from degenerative spinal disease, which can be extremely painful. George currently lives on the 3rd floor and is virtually housebound.
When I joined Sister Christine's group, I was given a place on the bus, but unfortunately I couldn't get to the club because I've got too many problems with my bowels as well, that I couldn't chance go on the bus, messing the bus. I just couldn't go because of this. Because I couldn't get to the club, Matilda started coming to visit me, which I found absolutely brilliant. If I've got any problems, she tries to sort them if I can't sort them myself. She bridges a gap for me. It's always nice to see her, because I'm here nearly 24/7 on my own. Where in my younger days I was always the top of the party. When you become disabled, no bugger wants to know you.
One of the most popular and important of NIP's activities is a range of trips, taking people out and about to socialise and have a change of scenery.
We're on a trip to Leigh-on-Sea with Matilda and myself, Dave. I'm driver, volunteer, just taking a group of pensioners to the seaside for the day.
We're going where the sun shines brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies. Now let's see if it's true. Everybody has a summer holiday, doing things they always wanted to. So we're going on a summer holiday to make our dreams come true. For me and you.
Is it difficult being an older person? You know, especially.
Oh, blimey, yeah. Yeah, there is.
I think particularly when you're on your own as well.
I am on my own now, yeah. It's rather lonely and all.
So what does it mean for you to be on a trip like this?
Yeah.
Why did you come on this trip?
I was forced on it.
But are you looking forward to it?
Eh?
Are you looking forward to it though?
To be honest with you, I don't feel like it because of walking. Whenever I go out walking, I've got to take someone with me.
Because you get very tired, or because you get lost, or what's the reason?
I fall over.
Oh, okay.
Is one. I've got diabetes.
Right.
I've got heart trouble. I've got kidney trouble. Well, I've got so much. And it all happened when I retired.
So getting out is not easy and not fun for you, really.
Nah. I'm frightened to go anywhere, actually.
But you got some confidence today because you're off to Leigh-on-Sea, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm not on my own, am I?
No.
You can do the dance that you want to with anyone that you meet. And if the bossa nova doesn't get you, the twist will have you on your feet. On the beach, you can dance to a rock and roll. On the beach, hear the bossa nova played with soul. On the beach, you can dance and twist and shout. On the beach, everybody hear me, come on out on the beach. Come on, everybody, stomp your feet. On the beach, you can dance with anyone you meet. 'Cause your troubles are out of reach. On the beach.
We're not really trying to add years to anybody's life. I think that is really important. I don't believe in that. I believe we're here to add value to whatever days you have. But it's not about extending people's lives like medical people do. They just extend. For what? What do they give them? Apart from another package of some more medication. But they're not. Unless you're offering people value and quality, what is it all about?
Although NIP has managed to secure funding for some projects, much of what it does is only possible because of the unpaid work of volunteers. That's how it all started 40 years ago, and it's still at the heart of NIP today.
I like it because I come outside from the house, look, meet people, helping the people, no one is doing. That's it. I help the people, that's it. But I don't get any money. It don't make a difference to me, the money.
Why do you do it?
Well, to keep me occupied, keep my mind occupied, and like helping people. I was my wife's carer for 5 years before she passed away, so helping people was just natural.
And there's quite a few people in serious need in Poplar.
Oh yeah, well everywhere, anywhere you go in the country, there's people who need these type of services, and it's the voluntary section that cover it.
But you've gone from being a volunteer for many years, and now you're sort of becoming one of the clients of Neighbours in Poplar.
That's right, yeah.
So how does that feel?
Good.
Is it?
Yeah. Because it gives me an insight to what I have done in the past years. Then people must have needed me, and I felt the pull towards them to help them.
But that's well deserved that we're looking after you now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anybody know this woman? No. This woman, she keeps cropping up. Every time I go anywhere, she's there. People used to say to me, do you know Sister Christine? I said, look, I don't know Sister Christine. Sister Christine gives me my instructions every week.
Although she would hate to dwell on it, one person has embodied what NIP is about. Sister Christine Frost. She came 40 years ago, stayed and still lives in the community, still going strong and herself a volunteer.
Are you nearly finished?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sister Christine, oh, she's very, very important woman for Poplar.
Really?
Yes, she look after the old people very well.
Well, she's an icon in the community. Everybody knows her.
Never met anyone like her, really. Never. I don't suppose I'd see anyone like her again. Because she's helped many people.
I feel like I got a mom in the area. Believe me, she's like my mother now. If anything happen, I come. If not for help, for advice.
Whatever colour, whatever religion, Sister Christine will be there. Anybody.
She sees so many people from different walks of life, and people who are deprived and don't have much. And she'll always make sure, like if a family doesn't have a holiday, that they'll have a day trip. Little things like that make a big difference to people.
She's very kind, understanding, most times.
I keep saying to her, sister, God knows what's going to happen when we're lucky. I said, we've got you now, but the others coming along. Oh, she said, there's always somebody to take your place. I said, I don't believe that, sister.
I think she's got the drive and the motivation that it needs to keep a community together. And I think she inspires people.
I've been very lucky, very blessed, because you can live the gospel here. No preaching. I'd never be into preaching. I run when I hear somebody coming who's preaching. It's about living in community, about helping people to come together. It's about maybe helping make a difference to people's lives and doing something about justice. Because the more human we are, the more divine we are, because that's how we are meant to be. So that's probably the easiest way to put it.
That's great. I won't keep you any longer.
Oh, thanks be to God.
Thank you very much, sister.
All the evidence shows we have a rapidly growing elderly population, and how we'll look after each other is a big concern for all of us. One way we can do it is by being good neighbours. Do you know your neighbour?
away, stay there. Stay there. Don't disappear. I've got to keep you dancing for the next half an hour.